Hi everyone, today I just wanted to talk about why I think meditation is this beautiful act of self-love and has absolutely nothing at all to do with self-control. Because I think a lot of us have this strange idea about meditation, that it's like going to the gym. You know it's good for you, but you think it's far too hard, so you don't actually bother. And I remember at the start I used to think that as well. I remember when I started out, I thought that meditation was all about controlling your thoughts. So if you weren't sitting there for half an hour with absolutely no thoughts passing through your head, you were doing it wrong. And if you weren't within a week having no negative thoughts, no anger, no fear, no nothing coming up within you, you were definitely doing something wrong. Whereas in fact meditation is this much deeper experience and a much more gradual change and a much more stronger change then in your life, because it's a real strong foundation for change as opposed to the quick fix we're usually after. So I was just thinking about all those old ideas and thinking about my experience of meditation now that made me want to talk about it. Because really meditation is about doing nothing at all. It's really simple. To me it's more like daydreaming. And when you think about the times when you daydream, you're probably going to daydream when you're staring out the window, or when you're looking at nature, or when you're listening to floaty music. And that's actually the same kind of conditions that is really nice to sit and meditate in. And I suppose that experience of daydreaming to me is the closest state of mind to meditation that I can think of, that just comes up naturally, because you're not trying, you're just floating away somewhere else into this beautiful lovely space. And to me that's what meditation is all about. So it's the not trying at all that is the secret. So what do I mean by meditation then? Well, the first thing is that you need to actually stop and do nothing. That's definitely the first stage required for meditation. Of course that's one of the hardest things to find, to actually take the time out to sit and do nothing. We always think we should be doing something, we should be being useful. But if you just sit down, take 10 minutes to yourself, then that is the start of your meditation, your daily meditation. I don't want to use the word practice because that makes it sound again like going to the gym. But that lovely wee time out for yourself, that time of self-care for yourself. And what happens then if you sit and be still? Your body starts to relax, your mind starts to relax, and you start to feel this inner peace within you just coming up from nowhere, because you've stopped in all the busyness. And sometimes in meditation you can be mindful of what you're doing in the moment. You can be listening to nice music. But those things, as well as visualizing, are just ways of cutting out the outside noise to let you focus a little on this moment. So don't think they're the meditation. They're the things that are quieting all the outside noise and quietening some of the noise inside you, to let you have this beautiful experience of meditating, of doing nothing, of sitting with yourself. And what happens then if you do take this time out to be still, to sit, to be quiet, to sit with yourself, then that little voice within you starts to rise up. Then you start to hear those lovely whispers of your soul. And this is just something that happens naturally. It literally is a rising up inside you, is the best description I can think of. You start to listen to your own voice. And when I say voice, that's shorthand. You don't necessarily hear words, but you have a feeling and a knowing of what you're meant to do next. And it's really that you're reconnecting to your own soul. But we do that through listening to our inner voice, through listening to our intuition. So taking this time out just lets you reconnect with that deep part of you that knows what you're here for, that knows what you want, that knows what will bring you happiness and joy. So you start to listen to it. Of course, the very fact that part of us knows we're going to hear that voice is what also puts us off meditating in the first place. Because sometimes we know we need to leave that job, we know we need to leave that partner, we know we need to make a change, we don't actually want to do it. So we put off hearing that voice. But we also know that we won't be happy within ourselves until we make the changes we need to make. There's also fear of the pain and the anger coming up when you sit and be still. sometimes that's exactly what happens. But that's okay, you let that pass and you sit with yourself. And then that little voice will start to give you guidance on how to get over that anger, to get over that pain, to move through that trauma, to get help with it if you need it. But ignoring it isn't going to make it go away. I think it's that lovely flow in meditation that you're not trying to control your thoughts. The thoughts come and go, the feelings come and go, that's okay. I think the fallacy is you think you're not going to have those thoughts and feelings in meditation. They absolutely come up as they do any other time, but you just cannot let them flow on by, and that's it. And let whatever comes next come next. And when you do all that, then you get to the real heart of meditation, which just happens naturally over time, and you actually have this beautiful inner experience of joy, of peace, of love. And when you've had that pure, deep inner experience, then that is what changes your life. Because then you remember that that's your natural state. Then you remember that all those feelings are within you, that there's no point waiting to win the lotto to be happy, because you have happiness within you right now. And it reminds you of that beautiful natural state. And then during your day, if you're feeling negative, if the pain and anger comes, if the negative thoughts come along, you know it's the same in meditation. You just let them go, let them flow on by, and they pass much more quickly. The other big change that happens is that you actually start to put into practice what that little inner voice is telling you. So you start to make the small changes, you start to make the decisions you've been putting off. So listen to that voice, and having that experience changes what you do. And that is really the deep and lasting change in meditation. It's not an overnight thing. It's the fact that your inner baseline changes from fear and stress and worry to this feeling of peace and calm. Most of the time you're going to dip in and out of it, but the general baseline of your life changes to this other thing. And when you fall out of it, you know you can get back to it much quicker. That is what the change is. You just realise you handle things easier. You let the anger pass quicker. You let the drama go. Those deep and abiding changes are really what happens when you take that time out, that self-care every day, to take your meditation time. And when I say it is doing nothing, what you're really doing is opening your heart and opening your soul to change into going within yourself, to listen to your soul again. Again, you're not doing anything, but you're holding that intention by going to take that time out to open your heart to who you really are. And then you find that that fear, that emptiness inside you is filled with all you have within you already. And again, I hope many of you already are having this experience, but until you sit with yourself, they'll just be words. But believe me, when you go in and give yourself that act of love every day of sitting for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, doing that inner listening, being with yourself, just stopping and flowing with yourself, then you will see these major changes in your daily life. So hope you'll try now to let things flow in meditation. I hope you'll take the time out just to have that little piece of self-love for yourself every day. So thanks for listening, take care, I'll be back soon with another message.